Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast. I am Matthew. I can't even get through a fucking intro. All right, welcome me. And start the intro.
That would suck.
Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast. I am Matthew Kicklighter. This is
scottsdale 87.
Damn right. You paused there for a second.
My phone lit up. I was wondering who the fuck it was.
He paused there for a second. I was like, did he get so high on life that he forgot that his name?
Sir. Let's get to the show.
So I want to say one thing. I mean, one thing perfectly clear. Last week's YouTube short, I just want to say that slavery is bad. I'm not saying that anything was good or bad. I just compare it and just showing the fact that in schools, they don't teach some of the stuff like the 13th Amendment, what happened to the Celtics, what happened to slavery. Slavery overall is bad and it should not happen.
Also understand that slavery is not an inherently American thing. Slavery has been an issue since the beginning of time. When you had nomadic hunter-gatherer raider clans that were crossing plains and coming across smaller civilizations that they could take over and turn into slaves. That's a fact of life. It happened everywhere. It sucks. It's horrible. No one's condoning it. Let's get those things clear.
Yeah. So I was in no way, shape, or form trying to say, "Oh, this is worse and that's worse." So,
yeah, there's no. We're not comparing apples to oranges. It's watermelons to watermelons all the way around.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's not something that we take lightly. However, we feel that every aspect, if you're going to talk about it, you need to at least acknowledge every aspect of it instead of just going based off one noticeable thing in history. Like the Jewish people were slaves back in, before and after Christ times,
Jesus Christ was a Jew. Not too many people know about that, but
yeah. So like, we're not singling one out and saying one's worse than the other. If we're going to put it all under the it's bad umbrella. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Got that shit out of the way. Oh, and whoever that,
don't worry about it. No, we're not going to name that. No, just no.
I was going to say amateur historian, but I wanted to make sure I was talking about the right person. So I'm going to redact what I was going to say.
Amateur
just because I don't know.
The amateur historian was spot on.
Spot on, by the way. Amateur historian, this one's for you.
Yeah. Just to let you guys know that we do read the comments and I do reply.
Well, I just read them like 10 minutes ago.
They're only a minute.
I'm horrible. I never said I was good. I just said I'm good at being horrible.
You're good at... No, I was going to finish the rest, but...
Let's not. On to other subjects. Tonight, we have the 14th Amendment.
By the way, I'm going to mention something, guys. Real proud of Scottsdale. He's actually running a 5K.
Sunday. With no training.
Running. Getting back into running. So if you guys have goals about running, working out,
I have no, like, I haven't trained at all, like, for a 5K. I'm just gonna go fucking run the 5K.
But no, just say, like, seriously, I'm proud of you. If you guys want to work out, get goals done, and put the work into it.
Gabby's been working out with me.
There you go.
Taught her how to do girl push-ups because she's 7.
Yeah. Try to do. All right. So what's the 14th Amendment?
Oh, well, there are 3 sections to the 4th. Oh, no, there are 5 sections to the 14th Amendment. So
14th, yeah.
Buckle up, butternuts. All right, 14th Amendment, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States in the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Now, do you want to talk about this section by section, or do you want me to run through it all?
Run through it all if you like to, or however that you feel.
Well, I mean, this one, okay, so the 14th Amendment, Section 1 has basically already been covered.
Yeah.
No state nor the law nor the state of the United States can deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process. We've been over that. Without jurisdiction and equal protection of the laws, we've been over that before in like previous ones. I'm thinking this is just kind of like a refresher course.
Yeah.
Okay. Section 2. Representatives shall be appointed among the several states according to their respective. Okay. This is the same. We've been through this. Okay. Counting the whole number of persons in each state, excluding Indians not taxed. I think that's kind of stupid. They should have been allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get into that, but fuck. I'm sorry, guys. But when the right to vote at any election for the choice of electors for president and vice president of the United States, representatives in Congress, the executive and judicial officers of a state, or the members of the legislature thereof, is denied to any of the male inhabitants of such state, being 21 years of age and citizens of the United States, in any way abridged, except for participation in rebellion or other crime, the basis of representation therein shall be reduced in the proportion which the number of such male citizens shall bear to the whole number of male citizens 21 years of age in such state. I don't know what that means. I kind of get what it means. Basically with this, depending on how many people are in the state, concludes how many votes that state gets. Counting the number of persons in each state, not including Indian nations. They had to be 21 years of age and male citizens. Now, I understand that this is where people would have a conflict of interest because it shouldn't have just been males. Okay? And especially back then, women, even though they were shunned in society in ways that they couldn't vote, they couldn't, speak against a man, they couldn't, own property or stuff like that for the longest time. They were such an intricate part of every familial household that it was given so much oversight. So I think that should have definitely not been that you only could be male and you had to be 21. I strongly feel like even when this was written, women played a huge part in life, regardless.
Yeah.
Women died during childbirth back then because we didn't have the, modern advances in medical technology that we have today. So, if, women weren't tough as fuck back then, we wouldn't exist today. Regardless of race, creed, religion, women are tough as shit, and we didn't give them credit for it. Women are tough as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I know some very tough women. Have you ever fucking given birth?
No.
When you're pregnant, I found out when you're pregnant, your ribs separate down here to make room for all that. Motherfucker, my ribs don't separate on a daily basis.
The closest thing that I've ever, experienced a pregnancy, which is not even probably one.
It's taking a shit, probably.
Well, that too, but no, I tried to put on those muscle retractor pads on the stomach.
That's fucking great. I love those things. Those are fun. So
muscle retractor pads. I don't know.
I have, you know, a little bit of stick to that one, but it's whatever. They got things now. It's getting there. Section 3.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
I don't either. Section 3. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature.
That's confusing to me.
It's only confusing to me because I feel like this is exactly what we do.
Well, here's the thing. It's confusing to me because I know guys like Dan Crenshaw was a Navy SEAL, and yeah, he's a representative congressman in Texas.
Yeah. So was let's see who else. Marcus Luttrell.
Yeah, and also I think the dude who called out the higher ups for the Afghanistan, the Marine that Lieutenant Colonel that called up the higher ups for their wrongdoing is also running for North Carolina.
That's why I'm saying, like, this is very confusing because I feel like this is something that we do. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature. Ron DeSantis is running for president.
Hold on. Here's a better term. I got this from constitution.findlaw.com. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment prohibits anyone who has previously taken an oath of office, whether it be senator, representatives, or other public officials, from holding public office if they have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the United States.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we're going to cover this on our next podcast, Section 3 specifically.
Okay.
I want to do a little more digging on this because I feel like this is something that we actively partake in as a country.
Well, probably not the next coming podcast because we have a guest, but probably the podcast after that.
I might spend 5 minutes on it.
Okay.
Not a lot, but like, because I want to get to the bottom of this specifically.
Okay.
And just touch on it because.
Can you make a note of it or do you want me to?
I got it.
Okay. Because I have questions too, because I know some certain people are calling for not necessarily an insurrection. AOC.
I know.
That's right.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
I'll touch it. Not her, but
Ew.
not
Fuck,
her.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole and you pushing.
She looks like a horse with the. Okay, I'm not gonna body shame anyone, but
Mr. Ed, why the long face?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was bad. Look, I was a fucking dirtbag in high school. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was this one chick specific. She was a massive bully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was a massive bully.
Marianne, did you hear this?
For lack of a better term, she was a massive bully because the bitch was fucking ugly. And everybody made fun of her for it. So she started being a bully. Like, she would literally, like, physically start hitting people. Well, that was until I got to school. She was being a bitch to some friends of mine. She started being a fucking see you next Tuesday to me. And I said, whoa, Mr. Ed, why the long face? Because everybody used to call her Mr. Ed behind her back because she had a horse face. like it was long, and her teeth kind of jutted out like a fucking underbitten horse. She didn't fuck with me after that.
She learned better.
Yeah. And I
This goes
actually
to
stood
say,
up to her. Like, I
people
wasn't going to hit her, but she didn't know that.
people don't bully. Bullying is bad.
Yeah. Because then you get bullied. And then you don't feel so good about it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, she had no inclination that I was a man of I was a man of, discipline, and I wasn't going to hit a woman.
Yeah.
She didn't know that.
But the shoe's on the other foot now, motherfucker. As the
What's
old
that
saying
supposed to mean?
goes.
I don't wear heels.
Well, shoes, but still, shoes are in general.
Back to the thing. Section 4. The validity of the public debt of the United States authorized by law includes debts incurred for payment of pensions and bounties for services in suppressing insurrection or rebellion. Shall not be questioned. Wait, that seems kind of shysty. But neither the United States nor any state shall assume or pay any debt or obligation incurred of aid of insurrection or rebellion against the United States, or any claim for the loss or emancipation of any slave. But all such debts, obligations, and claims shall be held illegal and void.
I thought that was section, from what I looked like, that where I looked at it said that insurrections and all that stuff was part of section 3. Hold on. I don't know.
No, it was. It was just saying that if you have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof, you can't be part of the game.
Oh, okay.
Section 5, the Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article.
Good job, sir.
That's what I think.
So, guys,
I don't know, this is all, it's very weird. But give us your opinion.
So, given fact for the insurrection, and a lot of people are.
No, when you're talking insurrection, what are you talking about?
That are people that are actually doing more than what people are saying about January 6th.
Okay. January 6th was not an insurrection.
I know, but I know that you were going to go in that direction. So
people need to know this.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let me look something up, but you go ahead. I'm going to go off on a fucking tangent here in a second.
All right. So there is a gentleman by the name of John Epps. I forgot his name. I'm gonna look it up to myself.
Epps. No, I know who you're talking
about. So there is some conspiracy whether it be he was actually a part of the organization. What's his name? Part of the January 6th little fiasco. Rayepps. Rayepps says he was not. He says he relives Capitol riot every day. Like that's from 60 Minutes. Like I don't know, but for me personally, possibly it was a bad thing, but I wouldn't put it up to insurrection. Like I've heard it said a couple of times to where people should not burn the buildings of innocent people and any of that stuff. They should go confront the Congress people about it instead of just burning the buildings of. Now we're not promoting violence or anything, but I don't know how I feel with the fact of. I don't think that innocent lives should be put at risk because of you feeling a certain way when they have no involvement whatsoever. I'll just say that.
Okay, so I found the picture I was looking for.
Right. Could you share that, please, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's actually a second picture I want to find real quick. Okay. Now, this... I want to open the actual image in an actual tab to where it can be seen. All right, well, I guess this is going to work. What do you see here?
Just a photo. It could have been Trump's inauguration. I don't know.
This is January 6th.
Okay.
This is a photo from January 6th. Now, there are a lot of motherfuckers there. I'm not going to deny that. There are a lot of dumb motherfuckers there, too.
For those of you,
not deny that.
Hold on, you guys, for the Spotify ones, Spotify and Google, all the listeners outside of YouTube, Scottsdale showed me a photo of a whole bunch of people on.
This is the Capitol building.
Capitol building with quite a few people that have like Trump signs and all that stuff.
Okay. This is a photo taken from January 6th.
Okay.
This is what people are calling an insurrection. Now, usually when you think of an insurrection, you would think of armed militants with weapons overthrowing a government, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to explain this. This was a protest. However, this protest ended up not being peaceful.
Yeah.
Okay. It became a problem. Like all the other peaceful protests we've had in the last fucking 10 years. Okay. This ended up becoming an unpeaceful protest. People got hurt. People died. You know, a lot of bullshit happened because of some stupid fucking people. However, I want you to understand that this is not an insurrection. The photo I'm about to show you. No. This photo is a photo of an actual insurrection.
So, guys, over again on this, people outside of the YouTube world.
I'll explain this one. This is armed Taliban members, the head of certain Taliban, tribes, armed to the teeth with Russian and American weapons that we left, taking over, or that have been plundered.
I think that was before.
Yeah, that's why I just said, or probably plundered from other horrible crap. Taking over the government in Afghanistan. You can see an Afghanistan government official just kind of hanging his head in shame because he knows what happened. The Taliban won. They took over Afghanistan. They run the government now. This is an insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
The other photo that I showed was an assload of stupid people. Okay? This could have been completely avoided had some people decided not to go into the Capitol building. They should have just stayed outside and peacefully protested. No matter who was saying, oh, we need to storm the Capitol. No, you don't need to storm the Capitol, because then you paint patriots, motherfuckers who actually wave this flag proudly, you paint them in a bad light. Because now I'm just always seen as some like ultra right-wing MAGA motherfucker when honestly, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump the first time. I didn't vote for Trump the second time because I didn't like a candidate on the card. Nobody appealed to me. Just like when Biden was fucking voted in. I didn't vote for him because he didn't appeal to me. What happened on January 6th, though, again, I must stress, is not an insurrection. That was a bunch of stupidity. Can't deny that. This right here, this is a fucking insurrection. Mic drop. Mic drop mic.
Mike dropped the mic.
See you around like a Cheerio.
So let us know in the comments below, both on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere else, what you think as well.
Peacefully. Let us know how you feel. I mean, yeah.
Peacefully.
I'm sorry I get heated about it, but like I feel like there is a huge misunderstanding of the word insurrection. We didn't overthrow a government. I wasn't happy with the election. doesn't mean I think that we should overthrow the government. I think, the proper steps to reevaluating our practices in government should be, at least addressed and possibly on the road to discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think having another revolutionary war is the fucking answer, though. Am I prepared for it? Yeah, fuck yeah. Do I want it? Hell no, because I don't want my kids to have to go through that.
It's like the same thing, what I mentioned before earlier in the past week podcast. The reason why I joined is because I want to make sure that my kids grow up, if I ever have kids, to grow up in a different world than what I've ever done.
Exactly.
So it's like, don't want them to be forced to go through the same things that, going through in this type of world.
Yeah, like, I don't want to have my kids fight a war that they don't understand, because I can't understand what's going on in this world right now, and I'm fucking 37 years old almost. I almost thought I had shit figured out. Like, this is what I want out of life, and this is what people don't understand. Like, regardless of who you are, what color you are, what race you are, what creed, religion, all that shit, I just want to go to work and come home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to go to work, come home, pay my taxes, go hiking with my kids, take my son camping, teach him how to hunt, teach him how to hike, teach him how to climb, teach him how to fucking survive one day, on his own, in his own apartment or house. I want my daughter to not follow the footsteps of fucking Nicki Minaj or fucking, what's her goddamn name? Cardi or whatever.
Cardi B.
Cardi Dweeb. Give a fuck about your wet ass pussy. Oh shit. But fucking, like, I don't want her to follow these paths. Like, be a respectful person, respect yourself, love other people, treat other people how you would want them to treat you until they give you a reason to treat them otherwise. Live free, die fast. I don't fucking know.
I got a little something for you. I was watching this funny ass meme that said that this preacher was wondering what WAP meant, and so a guy in the middle of the court in the middle of a church told the priest that it meant for worship and pray. So in the middle of church, the preacher said, "Give me some of that WAP." And then everyone was just like, "Oh my god, no!"
That's great. So I'm not going to name her name just because I don't want to fucking hear the backlash. But there is a musical artist who basically broke a state law about having, drag queens at family friendly events. Now, this performer, if that's what you'll call her, is of the overweight status. Okay. Well, she brought out a bunch of other overweight drag queens to dance around on some stage. And I posted on Twitter, that stage does not get paid enough.
I wish my stage was that strong. I wish my relationship was as strong as that stage.
Do you know what post I'm talking about?
I didn't check your Twitter or whatever.
Oh, I'm spicy on Twitter. Do not follow me on Twitter. If you can't handle my spice, don't follow me on Twitter.
Everyone go follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, please do. You will be triggered, and I welcome your I'm going to say opinions, but I use that term loosely. And I implore you to have an engaging conversation with me on Twitter, and I will show you every reason why you're wrong. But I am spicy on Twitter. Like, I'm not going to lie. But follow me for a good time.
Call him for political opinions. So I'm not sure if you've seen this, but Good old BrandonHerrera. Love the dude so much.
Brandon Herrera.
Yeah, he's ratioing.
Barba.
He's ratioing Davidhogg so hard right now.
I fucking hate Davidhogg. Like like you fucking punk ass little shit. Who are you?
But no, he's ratioing Davidhogg so hard. Davidhogg so hard right now on his Twitter. But no, so like BrandonHerrera will get more likes and comments on a comment that he made underneath Davidhogg's stuff than Davidhogg's actual post.
I seen that. No, because I follow Barba on fucking. I follow him on Twitter. I saw that. Like I'm spicy, but me and Brandon are spicy. Like I wish that I knew him on a better basis other than just like I know he's a YouTube personality. But like I want to be on a group chat with that motherfucker because I've got so much shit.
Him like, and Donut.
I collect Brandon Herrera. I know you'll never see this because we're just a fly on the wall right now. But I want to trade memes. Trade memes with me, please. I don't want anything else. I just want to trade memes with you and maybe have a drink on camera together. But like let's fucking
wait a minute.
Let's trade memes, please.
Meme review.
I will do gun meme reviews. I will do curse guy meme reviews with you every day of the week, Brandon, and wake up blackout drunk because
some of the stuff that's posted, some of the posts that are posted on there, some of the pews are cursed like hell. But I will say this: he ratios him really hard with facts. And here's the thing:
it's beautiful.
Too. It goes back into what I said about the prior amendments and learning. We're even learning stuff now as it is. People just got to take a chance. Drink some milk. You need some milk. People just got to educate, really educate themselves and not be stuck in the echo chamber of society to where it's the left and or right. Study both sides and then gather your opinion through that. Look at the facts first. Completely good sourced facts, and then produce an opinion off of that. Don't just base upon your opinion off of your raw emotion. My opinions. Sometimes I use my emotions for my opinions, but I don't let my emotions override me and be blinded by the facts.
Yeah, like,
and don't name call each other because you're not gonna get anything done at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just so much stupid shit going on nowadays, and it's all like left or right. Why do I have to be left? Why do I have to be right? Why can't I just like pay my taxes, do my own shit? You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. You need help, I'll help you where I can. But at the same time, like, don't expect me to give you shit. Work for it. Look, there was actually a lady at Target. I think we were talking about this the other day. There was a lady at Target. She demanded $1,000 worth of free shit as reparations. And she got a hold of one of the managers. Manager was like, I don't have the ability to do that. And she's like, well, then we need to open up a channel where we can do this, where we can have a talk with these owners. And she's like, it's 9:00 at night. There's nobody else here. Like, I can't just call somebody right now, and I'm not going to give you the stuff for free. So this lady, and this is a video on YouTube. You can find it. It's at a Target. I think in Ohio. I want to say Ohio. Where this lady starts pushing the manager, backs up into the Coke machine, pushes her into the Coke machine. But change some coils.
Yeah.
Pushes her into the Coke machine. The security guard comes out. Their loss prevention comes out. She backs loss prevention talking about, This is my Rosa Parks moment. This is me taking a stand for my community. If you don't like how the community is working for you, you change the community, all this stuff. This is reparations and shit. Backs this young man into a fucking room with no exit. Basically backs him into a corner, and he fucking pow, puts her on her ass and calls the cops. She got arrested.
I mean,
Now, why do you think that? Why do you think that is, though?
Because she's shown an aggression towards what it looks like it could be
But
threatening.
it's been a pattern lately. Like, and it's not people. I need other people to understand this. It's not necessarily like, look, all black people are bad. They're not. And like, I feel like every time we talk about this, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, these people are just racist." It's not. It's how you're raising your kids. It's not about race. It's how you're raising your kids.
Yeah, here I'll add in. Not all people think the same, no matter if they're the same race, same color, same sexuality. I'll bring up this point. What's his name? I forgot the name.
I'm gonna say it hurts to talk about it, to be honest with you.
But no, I forgot the name. That one that had, not Dylan Mulvaney, whatever the fuck, but it's a popular gay celebrity that kind of dresses like a female. Do your thing, but he thinks that it's stupid for the pronouns, like
Jeffreestar.
Jeffree Star says that pronoun shit is stupid. Like,
and he's not about whole getting kids into it shit like that. He's not about that shit.
Yeah,
which
big ups.
I'll give him credit because I used to think he was a fucking tool.
Yeah, so big ups to Jeffree Star on that.
Definitely,
but not. I've heard of some interviews where some people would ask some black people, "Do you think that you deserve reparations, or do you think that the people now should pay you in reparations?" They say, "No, I wasn't a slave, nor the people that I know weren't slave owners."
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bad thing. Yes, what happened, most certainly, but people, there are some portion of the world that doesn't think that portion of the country that doesn't think that reparations are needed because we weren't owners, and they weren't slaves themselves.
And I've actually heard the argument that people who say that are just benefiting from white privilege. And I don't understand what any of that means.
I was homeless.
Like, yeah, same. I've been there. Like, I don't understand it. I've never understood it, to be honest with you. Like,
I was homeless. Right. I lived in a neighborhood that was a mix of different races.
Yeah.
I didn't bother them. They didn't bother me. As a matter of fact, that I was a part of helping them getting some organic eggs and helping feeding the community. I never looked at them as to being a different color. I didn't see color. They didn't see color difference in me. We all hung out. We have all had like a block party, enjoyed life. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Treat people how you want to be treated, and that's how things should be.
Absolutely. I know we touch on this subject a lot about race, but video doesn't lie. Okay. On certain things, video is very clear cut. Okay. For just as much as it's clear cut, there's things that can be misconstrued too. But when it comes to certain aspects, video evidence, CCTV, security footage, like, that's clear cut. You know, if I can actively identify you, mm-hmm. and actively identify you committing the crime because it's all recorded on camera, there's nothing alleged about it.
But here's the thing, too, and I agree with your sentiments completely, but I'm saying well, the reason why I said in that form is because a lot of people will try to take, especially news channels, they'll cut it down to where
That's
it
why I
gets them
watch
more
independent
views.
stuff. I don't watch, if I'm going to watch a video about stuff like that and find out what happened, I don't watch it on Fox. I don't watch it on CNN. And I look for the little fucking news clips of like little independent, shit that you find on YouTube, Turning Point USA.
And
it probably sounds kind of based, but
here's the thing.
Ben Shapiro.
Here's the thing, and we've shouted him out for the umpteenth time. Donut Operator does a great job at breakdowns.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I wish I could. I wish I could make it sound like I wasn't trying to be based, and I wasn't trying to be racist. But like, I don't know. I should probably stop talking.
Well, I'll go ahead and say this because, fucking accordingly to the last YouTube short, it's all about. I think it's like the 1960s, 1970s, to where the government would try to always impede upon families, to where it said, "Oh, we'll help you," and it was Richard, not Nixon. It was a what's his name?
Never trust the government.
Yeah, who was it said? Ronald Reagan. Reagan said that the most fearful thing that you could ever hear is the government saying, "We're here to help you."
Right.
And so once some of the stuff is well needed, but there are some systems to where people would overly use it and they don't really need it. And now families are split up because, I don't need a baby daddy, or I don't need the father. I don't need because it's separating the families and homes. And you take away from, you take away a father in this. You're taking away a father in said situations. Now the kid is going to be fucked up because he didn't have a father figure. And yes, I'm not saying that mothers don't do a good job. There are some good mothers out there, but you can't negate against the fact that with a father gone out of the situation, things can be a little bit hairier for a kid's life.
Yeah. You know what's not hairy?
My nuts. And for all our Spotify and everyone else who just walked away, Scottsdale is out. So, guys,
shit, I have to put up with every fucking time.
If Manscaped ever sees this,
I don't know. I got a bone to pick with Manscaped.
But anyways, so what's your dad? So, I do know.
He's back in jail.
Oh, okay. Damn.
He really is. Like, I shit you not. I found out the other day. I was like, go figure. He stole a bike.
Yeah. But
no, literally, he stole a bike. Like, what the fuck, bro? He doesn't watch this shit anyway. He's in jail.
So, the company that will not steal the bike of freedom from you.
Every fucking time.
Bad transition. You're doing a better job at it.
It's like I'm watching you put your foot up on your desk and take your AR and just right in the foot.
So you can do a better transition than me. So go ahead, sir.
You know what doesn't transition?
Article 1776.
You fucking A right, because we're not confused about shit. Go check us out at article1776.com, where you can pick up your little bit of taste of freedom. Use the code SC 8710. Get 10% off. There's a bunch of other codes you could use too.
In the description below for both our Spotify and YouTube's.
There you go. Warhammer, give them your social.
So all my social will be MK Warhammer 0311, both on Twitch and on Kick now. I'm also on Kick. And you can also find me on Instagram at kicklightermatthew1988@gmail.com. You can also find the company Article 1776 Clothing on Instagram as well. So, Scottsdale, give them your socials, please, sir.
You just did Scott87 all across the board.
And let's not forget about, you can find us out on Spotify under Article 1776 Podcast, and also on Google Podcast as well. And was it the YouTube you mentioned before?
Yeah, YouTube. So even if you listen on YouTube Music, we're still there. It's YouTube.
YouTube Music as well.
We're on the YouTubes.
I want to say freedom the fuck on to everyone. What's your dad joke of the day or motivation, whatever that it is?
Okay, so butter is just food lotion. Have a good night.